rod's all set. Love travelling mobile. It means I can just move at the drop of a hat. I'm trying to play some games. Oh, phone's dead. There we go. On my laptop then instead. 4%, brilliant. Right, let's put that on the charge as well then. I suppose I best check that this has got some power for tonight. Nope, dead as well. There we go. Camera batteries, in case I catch something. Very unlikely, but better make sure they're on charge as well. Sweet, there we go. Oh, it's cold. Oh, I know. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, lovely. I'm bored.
Joe, can you please keep the noise down? I'm trying to enjoy my session.
Yes. Yeah, no, of course, sorry, mate.
Such an anchor.
Yeah, what was I thinking? When I was sent this Anker SOLIX C1000 power bank, I thought to myself, what's the most inappropriate thing I could power whilst on the bank and still film it and upload it to YouTube? And I chose to bring my Line 6 Spider amp, which is an absolute behemoth of an amp, and my 𝗲𝗏𝗵 and butcher the tune of Passion for Angling. And then lead into Enter Sandman by Metallica. So if you guessed those two tunes, well done. If you didn't, I don't blame you. But that's not the point of this video. The point of the video is this Anker SOLIX C1000. And in this video, I'm going to tell you 5 key things you need to know about this power bank. Well, the power capacity is pretty obvious because it's in the name. Well, it's actually just slightly more than the C1000 indicates because it's 1056 kilowatt hours of juice and up to 1800 watts of output. To put that in simple terms, all these things I plugged in on the intro are still on charge. I've turned the amp and the heater off for now, but it is all charged. So my head torch is charging, camera battery is charging, the iMac is charging, my phone is charging, and all of that combined, if I have a look at the screen, is only producing 7 watts of output. And at this rate, I've got 51.1 hours left on the battery if I continue charging at this rate. It's only gone down to 96% charge on this unit. And I practiced yesterday on the amp to make sure this all worked. It did absolutely fine. If I flick the amp back on, it gives you an indication of how much each of these items are using, because that's gone from 7 watts up to 29 watts. I don't know if that changes if I start playing some music, because it's actually more output. No, it's pretty much staying the same. And turn that one off. Turn the heater on. Now this one is a bit more of a power sucker, because if I have a look at this, it's now saying that that's gone up to 1133 watts. And if you listen, it's turned the fans on. So this regulates its own temperature. So it doesn't matter if you're really sapping loads of power. I'll flick the amp back on as well, just to show that all of these items are now on. I've still got 2 USBs left and a socket out for a carport. That is on 1133 watts, and at this rate, 0.8 hours. So I am really sucking as much as I can out of this, but that is pretty intense, powering a huge amp like this, a halogen heater like that that's taking loads. And I actually turn off some of those bars down to 1 bar, and that watt usage has now dropped down to 365, and the hour usage of this battery has now gone up to 2.2 hours. Turn that one back off and turn the amp off, because of course those aren't really items you're ever going to be taking. That's dropped back down to 6 watts of output, and it's going to last just shy of 40 hours continuous charging on all of those items. So it's pretty darn impressive. And they've got so much faith in these batteries and the longevity of them. We'll get on to the actual ins and outs of the inside, the internals, for those of you that want to know. But in basic terms, they're giving this a 5-year warranty and a 10-year lifespan. So yes, it's going to be a bit of an investment because it's a big old chunky unit. It's going to cost a bit because you've got so much within this. But with a 5-year warranty and a 10-year lifespan, it's going to pay for itself over those times, whether you're camping, live in a van like Luke does, or if you're going fishing a lot and you need these sort of things when you're off-grid but need a bit of power. That's where this is going to come in and save you. So if you just need a little power bank to charge up your phone, you don't need to comment saying this is overkill, because that's not for you. This is for the people that need a lot of juice on the bank, whether they're charging filming equipment like I am, or just powering lots of things, or cooking equipment off-grid, that's where this would come in. And when it comes to charging outlets, you've got 9 different options to choose from. Top left is a cigarette port outlet. So for those of us that go fishing, this is most likely going to be something like a heated blanket. That's the most common usage for these ports in the fishing world that I've seen anyway. But if you're into your camping and things, I'm sure there's things like fridges or any kind of cooking equipment that might need a cigarette port outlet like that. Then we move down to just below the LCD screen. We've got 4 different USB options to choose from. 2 of your more standard, I say old school looking ones now, but a lot of things still use the standard USB size. And then you've got 2 USB-C ports as well. So at the moment, through those USB-C ports, I've got my head torch on charge and my phone on charge. Now I'll go through some of the amounts of chargings you can get from this in a second. They've got it all listed on their website, but I will read through a few just to give you more of an idea. And then going down to the bottom, we've got 4 AC 3-pin plugs, which is pretty impressive. So at the moment, I've got my iMac or my MacBook being charged through there. Another one, which goes to a C port lead, is charged in 2 of my camera batteries. And then as you saw, I've got the amp being charged through it, and also the heater being used through it. And all of these items, you can see on the screen how much usage they're using. So just to give you more of an idea of the exact power output, can you realize I'm actually filming this at home? Hello, Betty. So for those of you that worry that I was actually playing guitar on the bank, I wasn't, I was in my garden. You've given away. Well, now my cat has left the scene, I can tell you some of the actual stats or real world figures of using this. So if you're fishing and you need to charge your phone, you can charge an iPhone for up to 92 times. I don't think anyone's really fishing that long, but it gives you an idea of how long you can use it for. Camper light, 60 hours. A car fridge, which would use this port here, would be for 33 hours. Electric grill for an hour, so if you want to grill something, you can use that. Road trip has got all different things for speakers and things like that. And also home backup. We've had a few power cuts recently, so this isn't just good for fishing. If you have a power outage and you still need to have power, this could power a Wi-Fi router for 52.1 hours, lights for 50 hours, other things like a refrigerator for 14 hours. So it's really good as a little backup for if you have an issue at home as well. So it's not just a fishing item. This could power your home for quite a long time as well, which is really good to know. And whilst we're covering the items on the front, you've got a little button here which is for the Bluetooth to connect to your phone with the app, which we'll get onto in a second. This button here turns the whole unit on and off, but also illuminates the screen. Here it turns on and off the power socket. This one down here powers on and off the 3-pin plugs. And up here we've got another light, or another button, sorry, which powers a light. So press and hold, it does an SOS flash. Turn that back off, and just single press, you've got low, mid, and high to illuminate your swim or your camping situation when that's in use, and turn it off. And on this side, you've got your charging options. You can actually connect a second power unit to this to boost this up to over 2,000 kilowatts, and that gets you loads more charging time and power more items and things. This unit alone, as I've said, this is 1056. And then you've also got your charging port here to go in through either a 3-pin plug. It also comes supplied with a charge port that you can plug into your car or your van to charge it whilst you're on the go. And you can also plug in a solar panel to charge it as well. And when it comes to charging this unit, you'd expect it to take quite a long time with the capacity that it has, but you'd be completely wrong in thinking that, because this, from 0 to full, can take just 58 minutes when plugged into a socket at home, which is absolutely insane. So if you're about to go fishing and you think, oh, darn it, my power pack's flat, you could probably have this charged or close to fully charged in the time it takes you to load your van before you go fishing. And if it's not fully charged, as I said, you've also got the cigarette port charger, so you can plug it into your van or car on the way to the lake and keep topping this up on the way. And if you have the solar panel, great, you can keep on charging it with that as well. That has a 600 watt power input. But with a DC charger from your power outlet at home, 58 minutes to full. You can also control all the things that are going on with this power pack through the Anker app. Now, I've already downloaded this and connected it really quickly. You can connect to this with Bluetooth and also connect it with the Wi-Fi, but at the moment it's connected through Bluetooth, and this is giving me all the information I need. So input, as you can see at the moment, DC input and AC input, there's nothing. So I've not got anything plugged in at the moment, but if I wanted to, when I've got this app open and I plug this into the wall, I can click that button that says ultra fast charging and have it charged in as little as 58 minutes. Output, we've already covered that, but I can see it in real time on here as well. 9 watts of output right now with the USB outlets. The rest of the ports, I don't think are really doing anything because I think everything's all charged already. If I turn on the amp, you'll see that that will go up now on the output. 9 watts. Then if I turn on the heater as well, it's now gone up to 27 watts, 401 watts, it's gone up. So as you see, the AC output has just shot up to 391 watts. If I turn on a couple extra of the elements on the heater, you see that'll go up even more, I'm sure. There we are, so that is full whack now with that heater on. It's gone up to 1,150 watts of output, and it's giving you real-time works or levels of how much that's using. And as you've heard, I think I've already covered this, the fan has kicked on, so it regulates its temperature within. So it's not gonna overdo it, it's not gonna cook the battery inside when you're using something impressive or sucking a lot of power from it. It regulates itself on the inside. I'll flick those back off, because otherwise that fan's gonna stay on. And as you'll hear, now the power outlet has gone down on the AC output, the fans are going off, and it's regulated itself. Brightness, you can control the different brightness on there on the screen, but I'll keep it off at the moment. But you've also got some other options. If I go back and then go into settings, you'll see AC recharging power is at 1,000 watts, which is the highest. Unit timeout, 12 hours. SOS, so I can turn that on and off through the app. Screen brightness is set to mid, you can have that on low or high. Screen timeout. Device name you can change, you can connect it to a Wi-Fi. Then you can also go through all the different firmware updates. You can update the app and also the power pack itself through the app. So that's nice that you can control everything remotely through your phone as well. Now, this having such a big power output and battery capacity, of course, it's not going to be as small as something that charges your phone 4 or 5 times. So it is a bit of a bigger unit. Comes in at 10.9 kilos in weight. Dimensions-wise, you're looking at about 15 inches by 8 inches by 10.5 inches. Not the exact measurements, but close enough. And also, this comes... Now, with a capacity and power output as impressive as the C1000, of course, it's not going to be as small as your more traditional charge your phone 3 or 4 times little power bank. So it is a bit of a beefier unit. Comes in at 12.9 kilos. Dimensions-wise, you're looking at about 15 inches by 8 inches by 10.5. There or thereabouts. And within this are LFP batteries. Now, those batteries are the sort of batteries that are used in electric vehicles. So they're state-of-the-art, the most modern things you can get, and they're designed to give a big power output for the size of them. So they're designed to be kicking out power to charge a massive amp if you need to, a heater, a pan, some kind of cooking equipment, a fridge, whatever like that, because the batteries in here are built to do that. And also, if you do drop this unit, don't worry too much, because it is shock resistant and drop resistant. I'm not sure how high they've rated that to, but I'm not about to test that today. But rest assured that if you drop this getting out of the car, it should be okay. And when it comes to price, of course, if you're paying for something a bit more high-end and impressive as this, you're going to pay a little bit more for it. And this comes in at $899. But if you shop around, you might find it slightly cheaper. And I understand that at the point of filming, there's actually a spring sale on. So if you act quick, you might get it for even cheaper. But that's everything you need to know about the Anker SOLIX C1000. If you do want more information, head over to the Anker website where it's all listed on there. But I think I've given you the gist. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you again soon.